My name is Shushan. I'm a baker. I've been baking news, therefore information, therefore a bit of reality every day the last 6 years. I used to believe my baking helps to save the life of millions of people that suffer from hunger for information all over the world. What is more, I believe that information dissemination and rising public awareness are the main and most important missions of my profession. But conceptual understanding on baking of news, therefore information, therefore reality, has rapidly been changed in the age of social media. So I woke up recently realizing that none of my consumers really needs my baking. Within social media developments, we have been granted a medium where people, formerly known as audience, have transformed to users. In addition, they transformed the right on baking of news, passing from democratized access to information to democratized participation. So your Twitter update in 140 characters about your community matters. And it matters more than my new baked article about state policy. That's a clue. But I decided to go even further. Look, since every generation has its own revolution, and since every revolution has its message that impacts the way we think and behave, I just put together two main messages of two recent generations. In my view, generation of my parents was struggling for liberalization, which was a public right to know. So they were struggling for information, but which was obtainable only through media industries, and which was always intimately connected to state power. Reality was the information presented as reality by mass media. In the age of social media, my generation successfully transformed the right on baking of news. And public right to know is that individuals' participation. In a way, freedom of media now is that internet accessibility, and freedom of speech transformed to contribution and sharing. Democracy was a right. Now it is an action. So all you have ovens. You are empowered with ovens to bake, distribute news, therefore information, therefore reality. Well, don't you? This is a great challenge to my baking future. But I'm not here to express my concerns of my indefinite perspective as a hard baking journalist. And I'm not trying to save myself, really. I have a question for you. Have you ever thought about a life without people that we used to call journalists? Okay, some of you should blast already, especially the ones that ever have any negative experience concerning to journalists. So I have good news for you. Actually, the profession of journalist now is in the same status as profession of cabman in a period of Ford's first car invention. But before cabman disappeared as profession, before driving became common to everyone, cabmen trippingly moved to the position of drivers. So in a nearer future, my colleagues and I in news baking industry more likely will be embedded with the community and occupation of social media conductor, or will be someone like a pointer that finds and shares interesting content online. And the value of our baker store will not be only its name and experience of its staff, but also intelligence and sophistication of its users. So done with journalists. But here is real challenge. Change in journalism is change in media institution in general. What is more, it transforms the feeling of truth and reality among the individuals of the society. While we've been glorifying social media, we dangerously adopted the understanding of information and reality that we used to explain ourselves to ourselves. Now the social media effortlessly records what we do with it. It measures our behavior, where we are located, what we are interested in, what we are searching for, clicking on, turning to, right now. Searching on web is already individualized. The intellectual machine decides for us what we should know about certain word or topic. News on web, again, individualized everything. After more than 4,000 responses to the NPR survey, 74 said that Facebook is a major way in which they receive information, and other 72 said they expect their friends to share links with them online. News, therefore information, therefore reality, is a trending topic in the social media at the very moment. What is more, news organizations work on creation of visual DNA that learns personal tastes and creates personalized page that we're likely to be interested in. I mean, just imagine, we're reading the same media source, we're reading news from the same event, but it appears to us in definitely different viewpoint. So the more individualized information we receive, the more comfortable but isolated world we choose around us. Since our right is action, we're acting, writing, speaking, sharing simultaneously. To confirm our truth, we Google it and search in news, and when we find it, the world with individualized reality is so diverse and democratic, but so subjective and isolated. So I challenge you to think about this. Well, this will happen. And okay, if not tomorrow, maybe the day after tomorrow. And remember, once driving became common to everyone, traffic regulation was implemented for safety. So we drive following to green light, and we stop when it's red. Thank you.